Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great still with these moves, and welcome to this update on Ethereum. Didn't do an update yesterday. I didn't feel like it was necessary because I still felt that my analysis was correct. But today, after this drop, I felt like I needed to update it a little bit. Now, if you still remember my last analysis, and if you don't trust me, you can always look that up. What I said is that I would is that I thought we would continue this consolidation between 1675 and 1600, and that we might spike down all the way to 1550, but that as long as we're above 1550, we're bullish. And I stand by that. Right now, though, I didn't expect a drop like this, and I think there's no clear fundamental reasoning behind it. To be honest, I think it's just institutional moves. I mean, obviously we've been very bullish, and at some point there will be some profit taking, and I think it's just institutional move. The Asian markets yesterday evening, some big drops. I mean, these are just whales selling. If you see over $200 million in a matter of 5 minutes being traded, it's whales. All right, so I think it's whale behavior. But apart from that, the fundamental environment of crypto right now is also very rich. Obviously, we're waiting for comments of the Federal Reserve on the monetary policy. There's a lot going on still with Genesis Global and Digital Coin Group, with a new lawsuit being filed against Digital Coin Group recently. There's a lot going on. I mean, the dollar strength index is still in a downtrend, which is then bullish for Ethereum. So, I mean, fundamentally, there's a lot going on, but there's no clear fundamental reason for why this would happen. Therefore, I think it's purely institutional and purely, well, you could call it manipulated, but I won't. So yeah, next steps is that I actually do think we are strong enough to get back above 1600, and I even think that when bullish momentum picks up later this week, which I do also expect, it depends on what we do after these moves, but for now I still expect it. But after that, I also think we can still get to 1760. I mean, the big thing though is the Federal Reserve. And I've said that throughout the last week as well. If the Federal Reserve still comes out and say that they're not going to change the monetary policy or something like that, all right, yeah, then we're going to drop down. Then we're going to drop down to 1420, probably even down to 1340. But for now, there's really no reason to believe that or to talk about that. So for now, let's actually zoom in on what happened today. So we dropped down, but we dropped down to a strong support level. The support level around 1550, which was also one of the most important levels last week. Held us for quite some time. In the end, 1500 was a little bit stronger, which is obviously also a strong psychological support level. But for now, what I expect is that we have dropped down to 1550. I expect us to actually hold that, and to at least get back up to this level right here, which is a little bit of a weird level because it's really in between two stronger levels, but it's 1585. And why that's relevant is that it's the break retest of the 50 EMA, so that red line, and the trend line, which is also kind of lining up with it. So that's just technically a very strong level. If we would be bearish with Ethereum, we would react to that and drop down towards 1500. And then from there probably drop down a little bit lower and then consolidate. And if that would happen, I'll be back tomorrow with another update, because it's not what I expect. I expect that Ethereum fundamentally is still bullish, and therefore that we will find resistance at 1585, but that we will just take a break retest off of 50, or that we would just find support again at around 1550 and start moving up towards 1600. Now we might not break above 1600 immediately, but if we can consolidate between 1600 and 1550, I also expect us to at some point break above 1600 again and start trying to break 1675 again. So for now, this is really my most likely scenario still. As I said, or as I was trying to say, it is realistic that we find resistance now at 1585 and drop down to 1500. But given the fundamentals over the last period of time, and also given the technicals right now, there's no reason for me to believe that we'll do that. And this still looks like the most likely scenario. So be careful. It's pretty volatile and pretty risky right now being in Ethereum. But yeah, short term it still looks good. So that's my take on Ethereum for today. If you do have any questions, let me know. But for now, take care and bye.